Energy vampires are everywhere. The problem that people have is identifying them. A lot of the times they just assume that they are narcissists, right? When in reality, a lot of them are not even narcissistic, okay? A lot of them tend to just be ambivalent towards you, meaning they don't know how they feel about you. They don't know whether or not they like you. The problem is that their mixed signals tend to absorb a lot of our energy. When we are around people who don't know how they feel about us, they tend to take up a lot of our energy. So you do have the conscious vampires and the unconscious ones. The unconscious ones are those who don't know that they're having a type of effect on you, right? And the conscious ones are the really malevolent ones, the ones that do it, put the knife in front of you and then twist and turn it around with a smile in your face. What you have to understand is that they are all around us, but there are ways that you could avoid them and ways that you could identify them. An example of an energy vampire that appears positive but is truly not are political leaders who use people for their own cause, meaning they use your cause, your problems to promote their own issues. They use up your energy, your desire to change, and they use it for their own purposes, right? You become their pawn. And that's how you have the most destructive types of energy vampires are the political people. And then you have people in our daily lives, which we meet, and which I think energy vampires are everywhere simply because some people are just not happy, right? The thing that tends to what energy vampires tend to a lot of times have is a low sense of purpose, right? Where they have no purpose in life. They don't have no higher calling, and this tends to suck away your purposeful energy, meaning that their lack of purpose. If you hang around those people long enough, will remove your lack of purpose. It's like the whole stroke of the basketball player who tries to avoid the gang members, right? Why? Because the basketball player has a sense of purpose. Hanging around people who have a low sense of purpose will literally drain your purposeful energy, right? Literally drain your purposeful energy. And so that's why it's very important that a lot of the times energy vampires are in social groups. It's not just one person. You have so many people who suck away the energy to be productive, to want to move up in life. And it becomes a force, a social force, that if you get close to it, it'll peer pressure all of the positive energy that you have inside of you, right? And a lot of the times, these energy vampires have a low sense of self, no self-image to return to when they feel down. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, you have to understand, a lot of these people never developed a self-image, never developed a sense of self that they could go back to whenever they feel bad. In other words, if they feel depressed, most of us normal people will imagine and remember the moment in time in your life when you did something good and it raises your self-esteem. It's almost like a thermostat. When your self-esteem reaches a certain level, your self-esteem raises to the occasion and you why you are this shit, right? Well, the problem is that a lot of narcissists don't have that barometer. They don't have the ability to regulate their emotions upward without using other people. So as a result, they use others and they treat people as objects, right? And what I mean by self-objects, I mean you are an object to them. They see you as a limb, something that they could use, but not just a limb, but a limb that they could take off and discard and replace with somebody else. And because of that, they have to control and manipulate. And the way that they do that is through gaslighting, right? They act like victims. They are drama queens. They are controlling, right? And a lot of the times they feel emotionally draining, right? They send mixed signals. And are passive aggressive. These types of psychological strategies are employed to drain you out of your energy. The gaslighting will cause you to question your reality, and it'll drain the ability for you to think rationally and in the moment. They send mixed signals because rather than focusing on the interaction, on the content of the interaction, on the quality of their character, you focus more on the mixed signals, which almost becomes like a distraction from the real manipulation. Because when people actually send mixed signals to you, you stop focusing on what they're really doing. You stop really paying attention to who they really are. They could be completely narcissistic, but because you are reacting to the mixed signals, because they are either narcissistic and they're doing it on purpose, right? Or they have ambivalent feelings towards you, so they don't really know how they feel about you, but they don't want to tell you, but they still want to kick the can down the road. All of those things just drain your energy, right? Completely drain your energy. So what you want to be able to do is the first thing. The first thing is be your own source of positive emotions, right? You initially fall under their trap because you have no sense of self, no ability to self-regulate, no ability to feel happy from within. So as a result, you have to use them to feel better about yourself, right? And so because of that, you are open to their manipulation. Once you learn to become your source of positive emotions through learning how to find through meditation, surrounding yourself with people who have a positive energy, right? Reading the types of book, watching the right sources of media, removing all of the people who suck away all of the energy. You could finally take the first step to becoming immune from the manipulation, because they need unhappiness and loneliness and to hook their claws onto you. That's what they need in order for them to manipulate you. But if you're happy with yourself, if you're busy, if you're getting validation from your friends and family, their manipulation strategies don't work that well, right? Now, the next thing you have to do is identify the energy, right? Energy vampires bring drama to people's lives. A lot of the times they are charming, but are prickled and take little criticism. You want to sense the energy. When you are around this person, how do they make you feel? Because you want to avoid reacting to the content of their personality, because a lot of the times they're charming, or a lot of times they play victim, so they elicit a lot of sympathy. They look like they're good people. They look like they would never try to play you. You want to remove that excess, and you want to isolate the person, right? And the way you do that, you isolate the person by just observing this one thing. How do they make you feel? Do they make you feel drained after the interaction? Does it feel like they don't really pay attention to you? Do you sense that it's all about them, and when you try to talk about your issues, they don't give you the same level of attention, right? Do you notice that they're drama queens? Do you notice that when you try to fix their problems, they focus more on the drama itself than the solution, right? Do you notice that they're very argumentative? They have a desire to prove you wrong, all right? And they're always overstepping your boundaries. Do you notice that they tend to be passive aggressive? And like I said, passive aggression can be playing the victim, but also making you dependent on them, where they become a ear for you, where they start to make you depend on their emotional support, where they tell you to leave your friends and family, where they talk shit about your friends and the only person that you have left is them. That's how you make them completely dependent on you. Another example is like a family member or even a mom or dad who coddles their kids so much that their kid completely depends on them and they cannot be independent, right? They debilitate their children by being so overbearing that they cannot really live by themselves, right? So that type is a passive aggressor, where they don't let you become independent. And if you try to be independent or your own person, they take offense to it. Meaning they only like you because they want you to. It's like that movie Happy Gilmore, where his mom, she was manipulating him by being physically weak. And every time he tried to leave by playing football, she would act like she has a headache. Well, guess what? She was draining his energy, draining it because of her own loneliness, and using him as company by making him completely dependent on him, by debilitating him, by not letting him grow and develop social skills and find a girlfriend, right? She wants to keep him to. And you have these energy vampires that are not just, like I said, it's not just evil people, it's families and friends, right? So they play the victim, right? So So the next thing you have to do, right, is avoid, once you identify the energy vampires, is to avoid them and don't try to change them, right? Trying to change them will only cause them to dig deeper. Their tentacles will get on you even deeper, trying to change them and trying to combat them. The way they deal with them is to completely eliminate them from your life, right? That's the only solution. There is no other way around it. You can't fix these people. Even the narcissistic ones, are the ones that are doing it on purpose, and the ones that are not doing that on purpose, the ones who have ambivalent feelings towards you, treat them all the same. Eliminate them from your life, okay? Because what'll happen is that there's too many people out there that live their whole lives chasing after people who are energy vampires, giving up their energy, their youth, their time, their money, and they end up with nothing. You don't want to entertain that. And once you identify that they're energy vampires, eliminate them from your life. There's no going back to it. Anyways, if you're seeing someone in your life and you're dating someone, people in your life that you think are energy vampires, and you want to work with me one-on-one and get my opinion about your situation, whether or not you're in that situation, whether or not you're exaggerating, whether or not it's all in your head, you know what I'm saying? You can click in the description down below where it says work with me one-on-one, and there I'll be able to hear your story and see how you can apply the strategies of this video into your life. So click in the description down below, and there you'll be able to work with me one-on-one, and I'll see you guys inside. By the way, if you guys enjoy this type of content and you guys want to get access to more premium exclusive content, you guys can check out some of my courses that I have for sale in my website, right? If you're a single person, I have courses for that. If you're in a relationship, I have courses for that. And the beauty about these courses is that they're for men and for women. In other words, I have courses for men and for women. I have courses on how to embrace your femininity, how to develop charisma if you're a guy or a woman, how to master your emotions through meditation. And I believe this is very important, especially if you want to improve your dating life, career life, emotional life. This is the course for you. It's like a 5-week course on how to handle your emotions. And from that course, you guys can apply almost everything on this channel, because mastering your emotions is the most important thing. I have courses on how to develop more assertiveness and stop being nice for men and for women. Courses on how to improve the relationship you currently have with your partner if you're a woman. Courses for men who are single and how to find a girlfriend, keep her, and how to build an attractive lifestyle. Courses for women who are single. Heck, I even have courses in fucking Espanol, people. Okay, so all of them are all on around $99 each. And if you guys want to purchase all of the courses, you guys can either get the bundle for men. If you're a man, you guys want to get this bundle, or if you're a woman, you guys can get the wifey bundle, right? And all of these include all of the courses that are basic, like the basic courses, and the courses with the premium version, all right? So you just click on the description down below where it says purchase courses and check out the courses. And if you don't like it, there's a 30-day money back guarantee. I've never rejected people for their money back. So it's pretty much risk free. And I can promise you, if you guys enjoy this type of video, check out those courses, man. It'll literally change your life. And you know the beauty about these courses? I make courses in meditation retreats. In other words, I go to meditation retreats to come up with my ideas. I don't just copy and paste ideas. I go deep into the void of consciousness and use that as inspiration for my courses. Like the last course I did, the Feminine Woman, I did 2 10-day meditation retreats to come up with all of the content. So as you guys can see, I don't just make content for the sake of it. I actually dig deep and get at the source of things. So click in the description down below to explore all of these courses, and I'll see you guys inside. Take care.